Hey, Jake.
Hey, how are you?
Are you Austin based?
I am, man. Yeah.
So for organizations that already have like sales methodology,
Yeah, sure.
what kind of sessions or trainings do you and your team come in and?
One of the biggest ones is that last piece we talked about, where it's like, hey, we have a process. We would like, we do want to think of new ways to interact with buyers.
Right.
That's usually the easiest one. Usually the easiest one is to do some type of like that VEX exercise, where it's like, okay, what if? Because look, nobody says we want to have a slower sales process, right? Everybody. It's like, hey, if you want to increase your sales or decrease your sales cycle, we have to have a way to move people faster, not just like tweaks to our process, which is what most.
Doing like an overlay to an existing process.
Exactly right.
Saying, we're
exactly. I think most companies, that's kind of where they're at, and so we're like, okay, great. Because that's step one. Step one is just to start to think more customer centric, which is like, hey. And then then there's a lot of like positive reinforcement when they see someone's like, yeah, hey, I do already use, like when they get like the replies and people are like, oh man, I would have never known that this person was like this far down the funnel if I just didn't ask. We're not used to asking. Like we're trained, and I don't know about you all. When I went through sales, like you assume that they know nothing, right? Like I've got to do this, and that was 15, 20 years ago. 15 years ago, like they couldn't learn more about your product, right? Like I could go to your website maybe, but there wouldn't be a lot of information. So, because of that, people are just more further and educated now. So like
half day, full day.
Yeah, it depends. And we also do a mix of like, most of our work is like, how do we solve the problem? So like we'll do like a workshop can be a component of it, but it's also like, let's look at the sales stages. Let's help to come up with some ideas of what we could do. Yeah, exactly. I mean, we do a lot of workshop work stuff, but most of our work is, let's like solve the problem. So as long as if they have a really strong enablement or ops teams, like great, then we can help work with them to make sure the ship lands. But this is something that like, sales the leadership team, we've got a 4-hour, like a workshop basically. We do like a customer kind of journey map, and then basically, then we kind of go back a longer version of what we did, which is, okay, what if they're here? Now, how are we going to handle that different? Now, what if they're here? And again, there's not infinite variations, but it's good. Everyone gets, I think like, we're all consumers too. And so I think people are like, this like feels better. It feels better that like I'm asking them where they're at in their process. I'm meeting. So the change management is more usually senior sales leadership. Reps get it. Reps are like, yeah, that makes sense. But they've been brainwashed to be like, no, I can't put somebody here unless they're here. Like I have to do this.
That's where my inspections are coming in.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's really refreshing.
Awesome, man. Good.